Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening. We're so happy to be able to be here. We've had an amazing experience. So I have a few remarks that I would just like to share. Anthony Savarino is our tech expert on hand, and he is going to be recording for us today. Thank you, Mr. Savarino. He solved all our problems. So I want to thank Ms. Casal for joining us. She's one of our board members, our vice president of our school board. So thank you for taking the time to join us. I know she's going to run to PTA meeting and then a board meeting after this, so thank you. And Dr. Bascom, our high school principal, is also in joining us. And I have some other thank yous, but I really don't want to take too much time. I just need to start out by saying that our future looks incredibly bright with this extraordinary group of future healthcare professionals. I'll tell you that much. As educators, we promise to provide an education crafted with purpose, where every child is seen, supported, and inspired. These 13 future medical leaders clearly exemplify Malvern School District's portrait of a graduate, demonstrating their intention to be civically engaged, culturally responsive, digitally fluent, resilient, ethical, collaborative, and innovative every single day, both in the classroom and within their extracurricular pursuits. On behalf of the Malvern School District, we are extremely grateful to have established this partnership with Valley Stream LIJ Northwell Hospital. Thank you to Tatiana, who's a Malvern alum, and Brianna, and prom queen. I wasn't going to embarrass her, but she was prom queen in her senior year.
Oh no!
And Brianna for taking the initiative to develop this extraordinary program. I mean, really, I know that we had the opportunity to meet through a program offered through a grant called the Youth and Police Initiative last year, and that was where we initially met, and through our conversations after running 3 successful cohorts of that program, that we really wanted to do more with our students. And so they gave birth to this program, and we were really fortunate that they were willing to do that. We also want to thank Miranda for taking the time, she was part of the team as well, to develop this internship program. And most importantly, this program intentionally removed transportation hurdles of offering internship experiences to our students. And that was really what the beauty of this particular program offered. Thank you to Chris O'Brien. You are a tremendous leader who clearly has a passion for developing the future healthcare professionals of our world. We appreciate your willingness to invest in our Malvern students, and I know that we all agree that that investment begins here in high school. We're not sure how you do it, but you really have perfected the ability of making CEO look easy.
That's Chris on
CFO. It's all the same.
Yeah, thank you.
Many thanks go out to all of you and everyone that's here tonight, including those of you unable to join us. We will post this video. And please bear with me while I acknowledge a few other people who made it possible. Thank you to our school board, Superintendent Dr. Lorna Lewis, Dr. Romano, Assistant Superintendent, Principal Dr. Bascom, Jim Miller, Assistant Principal, and Chris Brescia, Administrative Dean, for their unwavering support of this initiative. Thank you, Mike Ansley, Head Custodian, and his team, Anthony Saravino, Technology Coordinator, and of course, our security team who keep us safe. Thank you to all of the healthcare professionals. I know there's many of you in the audience tonight for taking the time to share your stories. We're inspired by your openness and really admire the success you've all had. Parents, we thank you for joining us tonight to celebrate the culmination of this meaningful work. Most of all, my girls, all 13 of you, you know I'm in awe of every single one of you, every single day. Your commitment to this program is noted. Please continue to stay true to yourselves, honor your visions, and continue to pursue your goals and aspirations. You each have so much to offer, and you're clearly prepared to enter this world life ready after you graduate from Malvern High School. On a personal note, thank you also for allowing me to feel confident that in my old age, you're going to be responsible for my care. The truth is, this program wouldn't have been possible without my partner, Dayami Guaman. Dayami, Dayami spent a year, close to a year, pitching her dream of hosting a Girls in Medicine program to Dr. Bascom. Fortunately, all the stars aligned when Tatiana and her team from Northwell approached us with being able to implement this internship program. So thank you for taking the lead, and thank you for doing the heavy lift. This would not be possible. Congratulations to all of you on a job well done. Now I'm going to pass the mic to Dayami to say a few words.
Hi everyone, good evening. It's an absolute honor to stand here before you guys. I'm the student liaison of the LIJ Valley Street After School Program. Over the past 4 months, this program has given us an incredible opportunity to learn more about the world of healthcare beyond the classroom, connecting us with professionals who have shared their experiences, knowledge, and their passion for this field. And personally, I've been able to have a great learning experience from this as I spoke in the imposter syndrome panel and also helped coordinate all these beautiful and wonderful smart girls into this program. And I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to have met such dedicated professionals such as Chris, Tatiana, Bree, and everyone involved in making this program come to life, because their commitment to mentorship and education is truly inspiring. Each week we were exposed to different perspectives, learning from experts from across Northwell Health who gave us a look into their careers, the obstacles they face, and just the impact that they make every day. This program has helped us grow not only professionally but also personally, giving us the strength and confidence to continue our path in the medical field. And leaving you guys with 2 lessons that I've learned from this program is the importance of healthcare, the importance of compassion and patient care, and the resilience that's needed to strive in the medical field. With that, I hope you guys all enjoy presentations that we've created for you all. And also for all the mentors here, I know we've met you as mentors, but hopefully in the future we hope to see you guys as also partners and future colleagues. Thank you so much.
That is a tough act to follow, guys. So Bree, myself, Chris, we are very excited about this. I think this went so quickly. I feel like time flew. The fact that we were actually talking about it. I think Lorraine and I were talking about it last night, where it was like, how did this happen, right? Like, this went so quickly, and I think that it's just a testament of the time and effort that you put in, how short it is to make connections with every single one, and that's something that we did, right? And we hope that, and I felt it myself and Bree, that we made a lot of connections. We touched different topics, right? We spoke about the leading with heart. We spoke about imposter syndrome. We spoke about personal stories, right? The professional development is something that's very important, but also getting to know people in a humanistic level is important as well, right? Because they got to really get to know us as humans, not only as healthcare professionals, because that makes it possible. A lot of us were in the same seats. I was in the same seat, technically not, because I didn't have this type of opportunity, but I was in this library when I was their age, right? So it's like, for me, it's a mission and purpose for myself that I'm able to show the future that there is someone standing that they can kind of relate to and say, you can do it too, pretty much. And a lot of us go through things, and then knowing that story and knowing that we all go through so many trials and tribulations, but we end up in something amazing, because anything is possible. So, I know that I'm definitely a testament of that. And we just really, really want to thank Jason, our CEO of LIJ Valley Street, for definitely supporting this initiative, coming and speaking on his career, coming today and being here. Thank you to Fernanda. I also want to point out that Mary, who's sitting right here, Mary was one of the main people that actually made this program a reality, right? We actually worked on it like 2 years ago. It was myself, Mary, Brianna, we had Jorge Maldonado, who's not here today, and we had Patrick Tislin as well. It was a group of us that came up with this idea on how can we engage the community. And what we did was through an after-school program, and to be able to work together for that many weeks, right, that many months on making this on an idea and presenting it to our leadership, and then going from leadership to actually being here. Like, I just think it's something that it's just amazing. To me, it's mind blowing. So we really wanted to give her flowers because she actually played a huge part on that. So you know, we introduced her to the girls when she got here, and they know that, you know, she played an immense part, and it's just amazing to see the finishing product of it. And I'll hand it over to her.
So thank you guys all for coming here. Just to go off a little bit of what Tatiana said, when we were thinking of this program, we kind of mirrored it off our mentorship program too. So it really doesn't matter like what age you are. I think all the skills are pretty transferable and will stay with you throughout your whole career. This was also really rewarding for me because I was originally in school to be a teacher. So no matter what you do, you can still find some ways to fill those gaps as well. I'm so proud of all you guys. You took this very seriously, got to know you, and also helped my skills, develop my leadership skills and relationships. So thank you guys. We're always here for you. Just because this program's over, it doesn't mean that, you know, don't delete my number.
We have our group chat.
Yeah, we have our group chat.
We have our group chat, so we're good. And we're going to now transfer over to the presentation. So what we worked on for the last couple of weeks, every single thing that we did had a purpose, right? It was preparing them for today. It was preparing them for this moment. So what they're working on, and what they worked on, is a presentation showing really what their vision is. Where do they want to end up when they become these healthcare professionals in any part? You know, there's so many different professions, but what school are they going to go to, right? And the whole mission of it was manifesting, right? You have the vision, you're writing it on paper so it becomes more real, right? We even have them adding years to it because it's just making it more real. So each of them are going to come and present this vision for you, and we really hope that you enjoy it. So we're going to start with Alexandra Cruz. Diana's going to be our IT person, so just bear with us for a second.
Here I was looking for you.
Hi everyone, my name is Alexandra Cruz. I am in the 11th grade, and today I will be walking you through the steps I plan to take to become a certified ultrasound technician. First, I'll be graduating high school, which is my first step towards the medical field. From there, I plan to enroll in a bachelor's degree program in diagnostic medical sonography. While some people go for a 2-year program, I want to go further and earn my bachelor's because it will give me a stronger foundation, more opportunities, and a chance to specialize. During my time in college, I will take science-based courses such as anatomy, medical terminology, and ultrasound physics. But one of the most important parts will be hands-on clinical training, where I'll get the real experience using ultrasound machines and working with patients in hospitals or clinics. Oh, oopsies. Go back. Okay. After finishing my degree, I'll need to get certified through ARDMS, the American Registry for Diagnostic Medical Sonography. I'll take the SPI exam and then a specialty exam in OBGYN sonography because I'm especially passionate about working in women's health and monitoring pregnancy and fetal development. Depending on the state I work in, I might also need to get licensed, and then I could officially begin my career as an ultrasound tech. But it doesn't stop there. The healthcare field is always changing, and I believe learning should never stop either. I plan to keep advancing in my career, whether that means specializing further, training new sonographers, or even stepping into leadership roles. Because in this field, the job is never done, and there's always room to grow and help more people.
Doing so well.
This is my vision board. Okay, a little bit about my vision board. I really like to travel, especially with my family. So one of my dream locations is to go to Japan. as you can see, I'm really passionate about being in the healthcare environment and doing ultrasound. And over here are my support system. My aunt, which is an she's an RN.
She's back there.
Yeah, she's over there. She's probably one of my biggest inspirations for coming into healthcare, so I thank her. And then, obviously, the program. I'm really glad for this program. It gave me opportunities that I never thought I would get. And in the middle, I'm Puerto Rican, so. And then I have God because I'd like to get closer with God, and my support system, my parents, my friends. They're really who uplift me and motivate me to be better in life, and they always know what to do when I'm at my lowest, and they always uplift me and motivate me to do my best. And then NYU and PACE are my top 2 colleges. And down here is dance, something I've been doing for about 6 years now. It's something I do on the side, and it's something that helps me like escape from reality. And yeah, that's my vision board. Thanks, guys.
Next is gonna be Dayami.
Hi, I'm Naomi Bowman, and I'm in 11th grade, and I aspire to become an OBGYN. The route to become an OBGYN isn't easy, as it requires these 4 major steps, which is to graduate high school, go to college, medical school, and residency. The first step on this journey is to graduate from high school in June of 2026. Following this, I will apply and hope to be accepted into my top choices, being Columbia or NYU, where I intend to major in either chemistry or biochemistry. My goal is to complete my undergraduate studies by 2030. Early in college, I plan to gain hands-on clinical experience by volunteering at medical facilities or participating in the Northwell Internship program as a freshman. Concurrently, I will be preparing for the MCAT, aiming to take the exam during my junior year in preparation for the medical school applications. As I progress through medical school, I will gain exposure to a variety of specialties during my 3rd and 4th year clinical rotations. These experiences will guide me on my decision on whether to pursue a career in OBGYN. I plan to graduate from medical school by 2034 and then apply for residency for OBGYN, ideally through Northwell Health. This residency will span 3 years, during which I will receive in-depth training and experience in women's health. Following residency, I aspire to work at Lenox Hill Hospital in New York City for approximately 3 to 5 years. I have always had a deep connection to the city, and I believe working in such a dynamic environment will only deepen my passion for medicine. Eventually, I plan to establish my own private practice where I can serve the community while maintaining a fulfilling life with my family and friends. Here's my vision board. Right here you can see my dedication to becoming an OBGYN. Here's the program. I'm so grateful again. It's given me an unbelievable number of resources and connections that I never thought would be possible. Here's my family. My biggest support system. I know I could always be. They're always there for me, and I love them a lot. Here's my friends, which are also my biggest support system. They always help me when I'm on my lows, and I know I can always count for them. Lenox Hill, which I do plan to work in, hopefully. Northwell.
You will. You will.
Yes, I will. And here is God, like with the church. God is always number 1 in my heart. I always thank Him for everything. Obviously, none of this would be possible without Him. Ecuadorian, I'm very proudly Hispanic.
Yes,
as
ma'am.
well. Here's my 2 top choices for colleges, which is Columbia University and NYU. Obviously, in the future, I will be matched into residency. I have deep love for animals, and this is my dog right here. His name is Buddy. And lastly is traveling and reading, which are 2 things that I really love to do and I always do in my free time. Thank you so much. open to learning new skills and gaining any medical experience. My future profession will be a physician assistant. So for my timeline, I'm going to graduate high school June 2027, and throughout my senior year and into college, I'm going to gain healthcare experience by working directly with patient care and by getting 1,000 to 2,000 hours. After gaining healthcare experience, I'm going to get a 4-year bachelor's degree in college, and by the time that ends, it will be 2031. After I get my bachelor's degree, I'm going to apply and complete a PA program. I'm not currently sure exactly what PA program that I want to join in, but by the time that happens, it will figure itself out. After I apply and complete my PA program, I'm going to complete my master's degree in PA studies. Again, I'm not exactly sure what specialty I want to go into, but after I find a PA program, I'm going to figure out exactly what I love and what I want to do. And something special about being a PA is you can switch in between specialties, and that's something that definitely set it aside from a regular doctor as you're learning every specialty. After I get my master's degree, I'm going to pass the PANCE exam and become a physician assistant. So, for those who don't know, a physician assistant is an advanced practicing provider who works under the collaboration with or under supervision with an MD or a physician. PAs can evaluate and diagnose patients, prescribe prescriptions, perform procedures, and first assist in surgeries. And here's my vision board. I'll start at the bottom. So I'm going to graduate high school, and then I have 2 words, inspiration and happiness. Happiness is for your career, because if you're not happy and you don't want to get up every day to go to work, then you're not going to be happy in your job. And something that I'm very passionate about is healthcare, so that's something that I want to get up every day and I want to go and help people in their everyday lives. And inspiration, because you are who you surround yourself with, and if you aren't inspired by good people, then you aren't going to want to do that for people every day. Here I have some pictures of my friends and my family. My family is my biggest support system, and they're always there for me every day. My friends also, because they push me every day to be who I am, and I also inspire them as well. I have this program. Like Diami said, this program has done a lot, and it's definitely pushed me to be where I am today, and it's helped me figure out exactly what I want to do in the future. And then I have volleyball. Volleyball is definitely a big part of me as well, because it definitely sets me aside from reality, aside from school and homework and stuff like that, so I can definitely be with who I want to be and what I love to do. I have 2 colleges, St. John's and Stony Brook. St. John's is local, and it's also a very good school, and Stony Brook also has a good medical program, and it's also close by where I want to be with family and friends. I have a quote, nothing is worth having unless you can wait on it, because I feel like if you don't go through the pathways and the mistakes through to get to where you want to be, then it's not exactly worth waiting for. And if you don't have the patience to get to where you want to be, then it's not exactly something you should be in. Here I have PA program, and then I have church, because I actually went to a private elementary school all of my life, so that definitely formed me to be who I am today. And then I have an Italian flag. That's where my culture is from, and that's also where my mom was born. She was born and raised in Sicily, so that's also definitely a part of who I am today. And then lastly, I have traveling and sunsets, because traveling is a big part of who I am, and it's definitely something that I want to continue to do in the future. Sunsets, I love watching sunsets. I love good weather and beach. And to wrap it up, that's something that put a PA aside from being a doctor is a doctor is always 24/7, it's always on call. And as that's always great, a PA can help people, but you can also have time for family, friends, and travel. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Joanne Onwonibru, and I'm in 12th grade. I aim to be an ICU nurse. First of all, what is an ICU nurse? I'm pretty sure everyone knows what a nurse is, but I'll give you a quick overview of what nurses do. So first of all, nurses are licensed healthcare professionals who provide direct patient care, monitor health condition, administrate medication, and support recovery across health. Now I'll get into what ICU nurse does specifically. ICU nurse works with critically ill or unstable patients. ICU nurse monitor life support systems, provide rapid response to life-threatening situations, administer high alert meds. Yes, we do. Oh, oops. Now I'm going to show you the timeline. So I will be graduating high school this year, 2025, and I will be attending Malloy University this fall for nursing. And I'm just really excited to attend Malloy because it's such a great nursing program. And after my experience at Malloy, I'll be graduating with my nursing degree and of course pass my NCLEX after that. And after that, I would like to move to Manhattan and work at Mount Sinai in the ICU specifically because I've always liked the hospital and I've always enjoyed like the area that Mount Sinai is, and especially the ICU unit. And I will work there for about 5 years. And then after that, I would like to extend my education, and I would like to attend Columbia University for my family nurse practitioner. And my mom, she's a psych NP, so I've always been inspired by my mom, of course, right there. She's a psych NP, so I would like to be an NP, but specifically in family nurse, because I would also like to, after that, I would like to open my own practice in Manhattan, hopefully. I will open my practice in Manhattan. And then this is my vision board, yeah, okay. So of course I have Malloy, where I'll be attending my lovely school. And then I have Columbia University, where I'll be attending for my NP program. I have the gym, because I love going to the gym. It just like kind of puts me makes me zone out, and it's kind of where I like being, like, just kind of be by myself and like release. And then I see you later. You guys got the joke. I see you later. And then I have right here, I have everything it takes and more, because I'm capable to anything I put my mind to. I have my friends and family here. My friends and family are the people who provide support to me most and motivate me always, so I'm really grateful for that. I have a car because, of course, I'm just looking for a car, hopefully. And I, of course, have God, because God has always been, I've been raised Christian, but I've started to experience my actual relationship for God, and I've learned that anything I do is through God and putting my faith in God, which I thank God for. I also have like the LIJ program, because this program means so much to me. I've never experienced like an actual like direct program in where I have like, you know, medical experience. So being able to be a part of this program actually changed me, and I'm so grateful. It kind of solidified my dream of being a nurse and being in the healthcare field. The healthcare field has always been a dream for me, so that's of course why I have like, you can't really see it, but that's a nurse behind, and then the vitals are like over here somewhere. Yeah, right here. And being in the healthcare field is like one of my dreams, because I've always wanted to help people. I've been told all my life that I'm compassionate and kind, so I always knew that nursing is where I wanted to do, specifically the ICU, because I like, it's horrible to see people in critically ill positions, but being able to be the person that helps them makes me feel better for them. So also, just to show, Japan's also my dream, Alex. So hopefully I'll travel to Japan. And thank you.
Next is Kaylee. Yes, being oh my gosh, NYU, which is my dream college. And then I will graduate high school in June of 2026. Once I graduate high school, I will attend the neonatal resuscitation program during my nursing program at NYU. Once I complete that program, I will earn my BSN in spring of 2030 and graduate college. 1 to 3 months after graduating college, I will study hard to pass my NCLEX exam to become a certified nurse. And after I become a certified nurse, I will gain as much experience as I can working at healthcare facilities, specifically in New York City, because that's just where I want to live in the future. And after I gain as much experience as I can, I will apply for NICU positions in the area, hopefully once again being in New York City. This is my vision board, so this is me, of course. I have my family right there. This is my mom's side of the family. This is my dad. My biggest support systems, I know I can count on them for everything, especially my mom right there and right there.
The one that's crying.
I have my best friends over here, another one of my biggest support systems. They're around here. And, I just can count on them for anything. They're always by my side. This is like the college experience that I hope for. I have city life and regular college life. You never know what you're going to get. So I have softball. I've been playing softball since I was in 7th grade, so it definitely has a special part in my life. And this is graduating high school. I also have God, as many of them mentioned, because I definitely want to get closer to God. I have the LIJ Valley Stream group, Girls in Medicine. They definitely helped me really truly see who I am, and I just build so many great connections with each other. I love to travel, and I've always wanted to travel to Hawaii, so I have that there. And of course, being a NICU nurse, I've always had a soft spot for babies, so I would love to help those in need. My top 2 colleges, NYU and Stony Brook. You never know which one, but I love them both. And then I am Dominican, so I have the Dominican flag. And yeah, so that's basically it. Thank you.
Next we have Kristen. Christine. Jesus Christ, sorry. That's my fault. That is not cool.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Christine Tapiar, and I will be presenting veterinary medicine and my personal vision to becoming a veterinarian. So over here we have the key insights, and a few of the key insights in veterinary medicine is the focus on preventative care of routine checkups, vaccinations, and diagnostics, which helps identify early signs of chronic conditions. The demand for veterinary care continues to increase due to several factors such as a rising pet ownership, despite the fact that there is a shortage of veterinarians and technicians. On here in the timeline, I have that it is advised that interested individuals gain their experience of working with animals as early as high school, so that's what I plan to do over the summer, and working at either a shelter or just shadowing over veterinarians locally. And after graduating from high school in 2026, I will undergo undergraduate education for around 4 performing surgeries, administering vaccinations, and providing preventative care. And this is my vision board, and this is Christine. And I have all my family, my loved ones, and my friends over there. And some of the top schools that I'm looking at right now is LIU and Ohio State. And as you see right there, like I love to travel. And over the college fair that happened like 2 weeks ago, I was able to talk to the LIU representative, and he advised me that there's like an opportunity for students to travel abroad, and that's something that I might be interested in. And in 2026, I'll be graduating in June, and like I just have pictures of veterinary practice, which is something that I've always looked up to and that I've always wanted to do because I have such a big love for animals ever since I was a kid. And my family is my biggest motivation in becoming successful because they're from the Philippines, and like my parents never attended college, and I want to like make them proud and be the first person that is in healthcare.
Hi, my name is Lorena Koo, and I'm a junior with an aspiration to become a neurologist. I'm determined to put in the work to become a board-certified neurologist as my future career. The road to neurology is a long but a rewarding path. I've always been fascinated by the brain, how it controls everything we do, how complex and mysterious it is, and how much we still have yet to learn from it. In total, it can take about 12 to 15 years to become a neurologist and training to become a fully practicing neurologist, but as I'm very passionate about it, I'm sure it won't feel like any time at all. In order to accomplish my goal, I'll graduate in June of 2026 from Malvern and begin my undergrad at hopefully Johns Hopkins in the fall. I'll be majoring in neuroscience. Between 2026 and 2030, I'll be taking a deep dive into neuroscience, doing research and gaining clinical experience and preparing for the MCAT, which I plan to take in 2029. For the MCAT, I plan to score, my goal is to score above a 515, which would make me a strong candidate for all the top tier med schools, including Johns Hopkins, where I plan to stay for med school. In 2030, I'll graduate and begin in med school, where I'll train from 2030 to 2034. The first 2 years, I'll focus on classroom learning, and the last 2 are hands-on clinical rotations. During that time, I'll hone in on neurology and apply for a residency in 2034. For my match date, it'll be in 2035, where I'll find out where I'll be training for a neurology residency, which runs from 2035 to 2039, hopefully. After that, I plan to specialize further in a fellowship in neurocritical care from 2039 to 2041, treating patients with the most serious neurological emergencies. By 2041, I hope to be a fully trained practice as a neurologist, doing work that I worked so hard to get to. Here's my vision board. So over here I have God, but interestingly, my mom, well, I'm Trini and Ivorian. So my mom is Hindu actually, and my dad's Christian. But I practice the both religions, and I fully believe in them. And honestly, it's like I have so many gods from all sides just there to help me. So Christian there, Diwali, it's just a Hindu festival. Here's the Johns Hopkins emblem. Here are my current friends right now. They all help me so much, and they support me in every way I need. We go to each other for everything, and they're honestly my biggest support system behind my family, which I have here, my 2 parents and my little brother. I've honestly, as an older sister, I've gained the best experience, and I couldn't ask for anything better than being an older sister. graduation. I'm so excited for graduation. I'm so excited to go to college. Here studying basically. And yeah, and that's it.
Hi, my name is Melanie, and mine is a little different. I know it's girls in medicine. This was also scary when we first started, but I want to be a lawyer, specifically a medical malpractice lawyer. So this does still refer to me. Keep your number. So what I'm going to talk about. Alright, so about me, I'm a junior at Malvern High School. I'm class of 2026. I'm class of 26 treasurer. I'm in the Pride of Malvern marching band. I'm on girls varsity volleyball, and I want to be a medical malpractice lawyer. This is my timeline. So again, I am class of 2026. So in June of 2026, I plan to graduate from Malvern High School. And in fall, I would attend a college. I'll see some of my prospects on my vision board. And I will graduate in May of 2030 from college, and then I will pass my LSAT and attend a top 5 law school, because at one of our presentations, law school matters. At med school, it doesn't matter too much because you're learning all the basics, but at law school, you want to go to the top 5 or the top 20. And in 2033, I will graduate from law school, and in fall of 2033, I will pass the bar exam and become a licensed attorney and work at a law firm, and hopefully later on down the line, I will start my own firm. So this is a career overview of what lawyers do. Not specifically medical malpractice. One thing I do love about law is that it's versatile. You don't have to stick to one specific topic. You learn all types of law in law school. So I don't have to stick to medical malpractice. I could go to civics. I could go to defense. I could do anything, which I really love because I don't want someone to stick to one thing. I'm very versatile myself. So you would meet with clients, investigate cases, negotiate settlements, go to court if necessary, and manage cases. And a fun fact that on average cases take 1 to 5 years depending on the case, if it goes to trial or not, or if it's settlement. Here's some skills that I do have myself: critical thinking, analytical, strong communication, public speaking and argumentation, which I do a lot, negotiation, attention to detail, time management, problem solving, and emotional intelligence. And here's the job market. It's expected to increase by 8% from 2022 to 2032. That's really good for me. And the median salary is $8,000 to $150,000. So let's make some money. This is my vision board. It's a lot of people because, like I said, make some money. But regardless of making the money, regardless of the money, the job, the stress, your family and your friends is who you're really doing it for and who I do it for. So I have a few people here. See Kaylee, we see Ms. Dallas Bin, love you. My volleyball team, I play volleyball. I really love that. We have little tidbits of law. I'm Haitian, goes those. My marching band family right here. Again, that's a little tidbit of my NIJ Valley String family. My sister, I'm a younger sister, and I love that. I get to look up to many people. My sister, my brother, my mom, and it's just amazing to sit back and let them do all the hard work, and then I just follow up. And here are some of my schools I'm looking at: Cornell, Chicago, so over there, Harvard, and many more big schools. And here's like some campuses. My aunts, Kaylee, Alex, and we went to Disney, and we went to Philly, and just a lot of memories. God's plan, because like they all said, it's all in God's hands. I look at my mom and my sister and my family in general. They all have strong relationships to God and in the church, and I just strive to be like that, and I strive to have that guidance and that relationship with God now and forever on.
Natalie's next.
outdated, but that's okay. So obviously in 2007 I was born, just a little brief overview about me. And then from 2010 to 2017-ish, I always knew that I loved animals and I loved the medical field, so I was like, why not combine the two and become a veterinarian? 2018, I'm also an artist. I draw a lot, have my own characters, the whole shebang. So I decided to improve on my artistic skills, and then I was like, well, let's go to animation, because I was put off by the schooling, and I just didn't think veterinary was for me anymore. Then my junior year, when my guidance counselors reached out to me, and they were like, Natalie, what do you want to do with your life? I was like, I don't know. Which is completely okay. It's okay to not know what you're going to do for the rest of your life when you're 15, 16 years old. I think everybody here has experienced that. So once I started looking more and more into careers, taking personality tests, business career tests, and all that stuff, I decided that being a physician assistant marked all my boxes and was the best thing for me. So now this begs the question. I don't know why the titles are like that, I'm so sorry. So, a physician assistant, also known as a physician's associate, PAs are licensed clinicians who practice medicine in any specialty and setting. It could be at a private practice, in a hospital, or anywhere. So there are three very key components to being a PA. There's patient care, medical procedures, and collaboration. For patient care, PAs are responsible for conducting medical histories, physical exams, making diagnoses, and that ties into medical procedures. They can be assisting surgery, they can do basic medical procedures like setting fractures and making sutures, and they also do collaboration, which is an extremely important value as a PA, as you have to learn teamwork, working with other PAs under the supervision of doctors and with other nurses as well. So there are a couple of steps to becoming a PA. First is graduating high school, which I'm about to do in June. And the second part is enrolling into a 4-year college institution. So I've already taken this first step as I am a SUNY Albany commit. I will be going in the fall. And the major doesn't matter. You can do biology, chemistry, art, communications, anything. It doesn't matter as long as you get what are called prerequisites. Prerequisites are core classes that build the foundation for PA school. On the ARC-PA website, these are some of the general ones. This varies from the college and the PA program you apply to. It could be more, it could be less. So PA school is divided into 24 or 28 consecutive months. The first part is the didactic year. It is also known as the most difficult year because you are dumped with an overwhelming amount of medical knowledge. So first you learn the basics. You go to class, you take labs, it's all simulation for now. And then once you pass the first part, you go to what is called the clinical year, where you do rotations in several specialties, and you apply all the knowledge that you learn. And one of the very important things of being a PA, you also learn bedside manner and how to deal with patients, because obviously nobody's going to want to be in a doctor's office super happy, so you have to learn to deal with patient emotions and how to roll with that. So once you finish the PA school, you graduate with a Master's in Science, or an MS. So this is my vision board. As you can see, I'm an Albany commit. I'll be going in the fall. And for me, academics, community, unity, and family is very important. It was very hard to pick pictures because if it was up to me, I would just copy and paste my entire camera roll. So I decided to pick values that I resonated with the most. So my family, which my mom and dad are right there. Help me so much. And academics is super important to me. Serving the community. I love helping people. I love interacting with people. I think seeing other people happy makes me happy. So to know that I took a part in that satisfies me a lot, which is why I would love to work in the medical field. This is the LIJ. I know it's a little small, but that's the LIJ internship, which has only further enforced my passion in the healthcare industry and has just further encouraged my wanting to be a PA. So that concludes my presentation. These are some of
Next we have Nicole.
while we figured that technical difficulty, we're gonna go with neither. No? Skylar, I'm sorry. Here, I'll give you 2 seconds. And then I'll figure it out.
Hi everyone. It's like this goes soon, but you know. My name is Skylar Hunt, and you know this is my project. I will be kind of going over what I want to be and kind of what led me to get there. Okay, this is a little bit about me. My name is Skylar Hunt again. I am a junior here at Malvern High School, and I aspire to be an anesthesiologist. A little bit about that. What kind of inspired me to do that is just kind of, especially with going to the the shadow day here at the program, just kind of being able to see like how anesthesiologists, they're kind of like not like the last phase, one of the last phases you see before someone experiences something really scary. And I want to be able, you know, me knowing that I had the compassion to do that, I think that's really inspiring to do, especially after. I'm not gonna lie, I did cry during the shadow day, just seeing them after the fact, just seeing how grateful they were for the procedure, to see how it went after, and I want to be able to give that feeling to people. During my junior year, I have achieved doing multiple programs, doing clubs, and being in the phlebotomy program at Gary Tech. A little bit about that, it has given me, because everyone's kind of saying that they want to be able to experience clinical hours, I have been given the opportunity to experience that. I went to hospitals, I have went to private areas, and just being able to experience that, I got the hands-on experience. It's very fulfilling. It's very fulfilling, and it just kind of like signified my passion for healthcare and just doing what I want to do. Yeah, and it kind of like led me to step out my comfort zone, be able to do this, because if you would have asked me a couple of years ago, I wouldn't even dreamed or thought of being in something like this. But just being able to, it's really fulfilling. Okay. This is kind of like my timeline. I'm going to graduate Malvern High School in 2026. Then I plan to do undergrad school at Monroe University, which God has been inspired that. Thank you. Then I want to do med school at Johns Hopkins University, and I actually got to tour that school over the spring break, and it definitely solidified my my desire to go there. It's a very nice school. It has a very nice campus, and it has a very good medical program. So I want to do that, and then become an anesthesiologist. My vision board. Okay, so first I just want to kind of talk about these. I think it's these pictures, these three. It kind of solidifies like my relationships. I stress them so much. They're so important to me. My friendships, my family, especially because in my family, a lot of the women are in healthcare, and seeing what they had to go through, seeing the steps that they took, seeing where they're at now, it just drove my passion for that. So this was for my mom's birthday. My mom's right there. This was when we went to a Mary J concert for her birthday. This was my first rodeo when I went to go see my friend in Texas. So again, that's my friendships. This is some things for college. I definitely want to be in a sorority. I don't know if it's the AKAs, but I definitely do want to do that, because it's definitely good with networking, good for opportunities, and it opens so many doors. Again, Futures of Scottiston, when she came, when I earned Student of the Quarter at BOCES. And I just kind of wanted to show my, like, me stepping out my comfort zone. I was originally in physical
know many people here probably thought they were going one career and moved to the next. So that's what I thought. I thought I wanted to be a physical therapist, but I realized after going to clinic, after going to the private facilities, I realized that wasn't for me. And I realized that I wanted to do something more hands-on, more in hospitals. So it led me into the phlebotomy class where I'm excelling. So yeah, and then this is when I was able to tour the Capitol because being a part of BOCES had led me to other opportunities. Like I was in Skills USA and I was able to go on this trip again to tour the Capitol, and that was really nice to take a lot of great pictures. And then yeah, I want to go to John Hopkins. Also, Spelman is an opportunity because I also toured Spelman over the break, and that was nice. They have good medical programs, so I was also looking towards that. And then this is just a picture of the anesthesiologist. I know it's a male in the picture, but I aspire to be a woman. And that's it. Thank you,
Next we have Nicole.
Hello, my name is Nicole Hefner. I'm 16. I'm a vegan. I aspire to be an ophthalmologist. An ophthalmologist is someone who diagnoses and performs surgery on the eyes. We perform surgery on the eyes and whatnot, and I think it's very, very cool and interesting because I myself, you see, I wear glasses and whatnot, and I always wanted to know like why I have to wear glasses and why some people wear glasses and why I don't why I wear glasses and why others don't wear glasses and whatnot. So I think like eyes are very cool and
You gotta project a little bit more.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So what about me? I graduate high school next year, and I'm planning to go to the Borough of Manhattan Community College for 2 years before transferring to Hong Kong University. I chose Hong Kong because I really like to travel like the world and whatnot, and I think it's very cool. I think Hong Kong is it's a very pretty country, city, and I really want to go there. I chose Hong Kong, and I'm planning to go there after I get my degree at community college. Then I plan to take the MCAT and hopefully pass, or I should say I will pass the MCAT, and then I'm planning to go to Duke.
Yeah.
NUS Medical School, which is in Singapore. I chose NUS because the National University of Singapore also has a partnership with Duke University in the US, and I want to be able to be an ophthalmologist and travel around the world and perform eye surgeries and give people vision to see, because we just say like eyes are the window to the soul, and without eyes and without being able to see, you won't be able to experience the beauties of the world. Oh, there you go. Okay. This is my vision board. It's kind of this is about me, my friends, and I record my friends, and put my friends up there because my friends have always been very important to me. And as a kid, I feel like I had a hard time making friends. So now that I have a big group of friends around me, I have 9 friends around me, and I really appreciate being able to meet so many people, and not only just friends, but my acquaintances and my family as well. My mom back there, and I'm very happy for all these friends I've been able to have with my friends and my acquaintances and my family as well. They with me along the way and have dealt with me through my highs and my lows. And I'm not sure what that's called, but yeah, I think diversity and like want to be, I want, I want to be someone that other people can look up to and be inspired by, and I think that's like really nice. And the picture of eyes right there as well. I'm really interested in eyes. Oh my god, I feel like I said that a lot. I don't want to be repeating myself, but I just find it like really interesting, and especially since I first wanted to be an artist. I wanted to go into graphic design because I really like to draw, but I feel like you can also bring that art over to surgery because surgery takes a lot of work, it's a lot of hours, and I can turn it into art with, you know, making sure sutures are in the right places and making sure that there are no scarring or anything left over. And I think that is also art. I think it's very beautiful that people are able to make clean cuts and be able to make sure that there ain't nothing left behind, so you look as good as new. And I have my flags up there as well because I'm Jamaican and Chinese. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Larry White. I'm currently in 11th grade. I'm interested in going into the medical field. I plan to go to college, specifically Pace University or St. John's, to become an nurse. For my career overview, I'm going to graduate high school, enter college, earn a nursing degree through an ADN or BSN, and I will pass that NCLEX RN exam. I'll gain experience working as a registered nurse, and then I'll start applying for NICU positions. Then I can get specific NICU certifications such as the NRP. Daily responsibilities of a NICU nurse is monitoring and assessing infants, administering medications and treatments, providing basic infant care, working with other medical professionals such as a neonatologist, supporting and educating families, and doing documentation of everything that happens during care. This is my vision board. As I said earlier, I am going to graduate high school, either go to Pace University or St. John's, pass my NCLEX, and become an RN. Also here I've included everybody from this internship, as I've enjoyed this internship a lot, and it has given me like experience or like connections with the medical field. And I'm also very passionate about becoming an NICU nurse. In my free time, I love to draw, and here I included a heart. And I believe that when you're in the medical field, or in general, if you're working towards something in life, your heart means so much like when you're working. And like my parents, such as my dad who's sitting in the back, he's inspiring me to work really hard. And every time like I'm doing something, I think of my dad because my dad has helped me so much, like to know how to work hard and to be a hard worker while also working with your heart. And I'm from Jamaica and I'm from Ghana as well. And I'm also in marching band, which I enjoy marching band a lot. I also like traveling, as I went to Washington DC and Philly as a school trip. So yeah, that's it. will take to achieve that. Okay, so like I said, my name is Cindy Armstrong. I am 15 years old, sophomore in high school. I play volleyball, and I'm also a part of the Pride of Malvern marching band, like many other of my peers. And another thing about me, I've always had a passion for being in healthcare, specifically a doctor. This started like years ago. When I was a kid, people would ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I always knew not specifically, I always knew doctor. And maybe like 9 years ago when I was like 6, I knew specifically a pediatrician. I don't know if it's because that's the only doctor I went to at the time, but I still want to be. And I always know healthcare because my mom, she's also in the healthcare industry, and she is my biggest inspiration. I love her so much. And I just want to be here when I go. Okay, my steps to becoming a pediatrician. So 2023, 2027, I'm in my 4 years of high school now, focusing on subjects helping me to expose me to healthcare and volunteering and doing internships. In 2027 to 2031, I'll be doing my undergrad, my bachelor's degree, taking courses leading me towards medical fields and preparing for my MCAT and keeping a high GPA. From 2031 to 2035, just my beginning of med school, very long years. First 2 years doing coursework and laboratory work. Last 2 years doing clinical rotations. 2035 and 2038, doing my pediatric residency, working with actual pediatrics, getting specialized training in diagnosing and treating children. In 2038, that same year, I'll get my board certification. My ABP certification exam will also be that year, and allowing me to practice independently. And 2038 to 2041, I don't have to, but knowing me, I will do my fellowship, pursuing more than the basics and just learning more in general. Here's my vision board. I have my family, a bunch of different pictures with family, because I love my family very much. My family they definitely make me who I am today, and they just keep me pushing and on my toes and to be more and to be better. I also have a quote here, it's a little cut off, but it says, God's plan is worth the wait, and I have a cross to go with that. Anyone who knows me knows that I am very big on religion, and I just got baptized. I do believe God does have a path for every single one of us, especially me. Always look for him when I need help. I have medical student, because I will be a medical student, and I have to go with the God has a plan. I have this quote, remember this, be kind to your mind, because I do believe even though we can be our biggest supporter, we can always be our biggest enemy, and you should always think more positively to that than the negative aspects, because you just got to keep yourself pushing and on your toes and going to achieve more and to be better. And then finally, I don't know where I want to go to college yet. I just know that I want to stay near, and so I have NYU, Malloy, St. John's, and Stony Brook, because they're all not local, but closer, and yeah. That's great.
And that concludes our presentations, which a lot of them were so hard in. I just want to say that I would have not been able to do as well as you guys at your age, or maybe 3 years ago. I'm just saying. But you guys did an amazing job. So just a round of applause for this. We're going to transition into the certificate ceremony, but before we do that, I'm going to hand it over to Chris O'Brien, who's going to help share with us.
Yeah, I obviously want to echo the sentiments here. You guys did a great job on the presentations, but the first thing that I noticed when I came here, what was this, 10 weeks ago, was just how impressive these girls were. luxury of spending a lot of time with a lot of young people, right? It's one of the most rewarding things that I get to do, right? But I have to say, and I'm not saying it's because it's this group, because I said it the moment that we left here the first day, this was the most impressive group of young people that I had been around, you know, maybe ever. Today kind of solidified why, right? So obviously I know about the administration of this school, right? They put an emphasis on development. We've worked with them in the past. They're excellent. But it's actually because of all of you guys, to be honest with you, and to see young people not just thank their families, but to literally, like, everything is family. Everything is values, right? It makes a lot more sense to me now that I'm seeing you guys and seeing that reciprocity, to see why they've turned out the way that they have. So kudos to you guys, really, for. I definitely want to thank the team. I have to say again, I know we've done some thank yous already. I definitely want to thank the team though. Tatiana, right? Again, I don't know if we mentioned she was the prom queen here in 2000. She's everything to me. She does everything. Like everything that I ask, she's there. She was up until midnight last night working on this and working on something else. Brianna, who doesn't even work here anymore. That just shows. I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight. But it just shows you the bond that she was able to formulate with your daughters here. That she hasn't been working here for over a month, and yet she's been here every single time, right? Because this meant so much to her, and these girls mean so much to her. So, congratulations. And thanks to Jason, obviously. Jason supports us with a lot of things, right? There's a lot of stuff, a lot of coloring outside the lines of my traditional job here, and Jason certainly embraces me and my team to do all of these things, and it's been so rewarding for us. Thank you to the team for coming down and for the support, obviously. These guys spent a lot, these girls spent a lot of time with me, right? So they know about me, they know about my family, they know about my journey, they know about my leadership style. So when I was coming over here, I was thinking, what will I say to them that they have not heard, right? So when I was their age, right? I'm not gonna say what year, but it was around this time I had heard this incredible story, and it was a story that I think has been one of the backbones of how I've tried to lead ever since I became a professional. So it actually dates back. It's going to be short. Don't worry, I promise. Maybe not so short. I'm not a short guy, but it actually dates back to 1903. Believe it or not, right? So it's by involves a guy by the name of Charles Thomas. Right? He's an African American catcher on the Ohio Wesleyan collegiate team. Now, 1903 at that time, there were very few integrated teams anywhere in the United States. In fact, it was one of the only ones, and he was the only African American on the team. And he was great. And on the best days, you would hear the jeers and the insults. On the worst days, he would experience violence and he would fear for his life. Always handled it with grace, class. But there was this one incident that stood out. They went to South Bend, Indiana. They wound up getting there really late at night. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, so they had to find lodging. So they went in and the hotel manager and said, hey, I need, X amount of rooms for the team. And, he said, yeah, I have it for everyone except for him. And he pointed right at him. And his white teammate, outraged, what do you mean? And only whites are allowed in here, right? So the white teammate just begged. Like, no, please, you gotta let him. Let him stay in my room. So, and he actually agreed to that because that's how perverse this was. It was the belief that if he had to share the room and sleep on a cot, that was okay, right? So they go up to the room and Charles is at the edge of the bed and he's crying uncontrollably, right? And he's sitting there and he's tearing on his skin, literally pulling on his skin, saying, I wish I didn't have this black thick skin anymore, right? And it broke the white teammate's heart. That white teammate wound up becoming somebody big one day. His name was Branch Rickey. He wound up doing some really great things in baseball. He actually wound up being one of the real great general managers in baseball history. And he's actually not known for a lot of things, but there's a lot of things that he invented. He invented the batting helmet. He invented the farm system. He invented batting average. All things that live on today. Does anybody remember any of that? No. And why? Because his greatest act was on April 10th, 1947, drawing on the experience that he had 4 decades earlier with Charles, and he brought Jackie Robinson onto the Brooklyn Dodgers. Right? 3 years later, every single team was integrated. It actually served, because at that time, remember, basketball, football, those weren't big things. Baseball was the pastime, and it wound up leading and being kind of the backbone of the civil rights movement. And he faced a great deal of scrutiny to do this. Death threats, right? People that were his friends alienating him. But guess what? His legacy lives on forever, right? So when I look at you guys, right, you guys are all so special, right? You guys talk about how you're going to make a living here, right? Don't aspire to make a living. Aspire to make a difference, right? These are special girls. You guys know, obviously, you made them, right? But they're not just going to go into becoming professionals. They have the ability to change the world, right? So when you see things that are not right, speak up, because there's never the wrong time to do the right thing. And I truly believe that each one of you girls has the ability to be somebody that leaves a legacy that lasts a long time. You guys are all so special. You guys are all so ingrained in values. You guys have a perspective at such a young age that I could never have imagined. I grew up with great family, great values, everything like that. I couldn't have done what they just did, right? To speak so articulately about my family and what I want to do for a living. So it's not a matter of what you can't do, what you can do. It's what can't you guys do. You guys can do anything that you want. But speak up when you see things that are not right, right? This is a weird world right now. And don't just assimilate to that world. Make the world a better place. And I truly believe that you guys will. And know that we don't do one-off things at Valley Stream. We really genuinely care about all of you. And it doesn't end today here at the graduation. This is just the beginning. I will, and as much as you want me to be in your life going forward professionally, I will be. Because I believe in all of you. And I think that each one of you are going to live out everything that you put out here. So thank you. I know you guys spent a lot of thank yous to us, but the reality is that I want to thank you because Tuesday afternoons was usually, outside of seeing my family, of course, was usually the most rewarding thing in my business day for the last 10 years.
Where you going? Right, so this is the certificate ceremony part. So, Chris forgot to mention something really important.
Oh yeah, I always do this.
We all get a job, but.
I do tend to do stuff.
Yes, he does. So please.
Well, 2 things, right? We have where's Lisa? Right? We have Lisa in the
yes.
back.
Yes.
Lisa is probably the most amazing person in our hospital, to be honest with you. She's an amazing person. But one of the things that she does oversee is the volunteer department, right? So at the end of this, if you all want to go and pursue a volunteer opportunity, go speak with her in the back. Because I think we would love to have you
Yes.
at any point, summer, winter, anything, right? And I see you guys, 10th, 11th, I said 10th grade, I can't believe
I
you
can't
guys are
believe
so
it either,
great.
to be honest.
So that for sure. Another thing at the beginning, Rebecca, what's your last name? I'm sorry. Am I correct? Yes. Yes. She mentioned that we cut out travel and we brought it here. But we had budgeted when we had kind of brainstormed this for us to actually pay for. You remember, Mary, for the transportation. So instead of banking that money, right, we decided to reinvest it in your children. So each one of them will be getting an iPad for their to pursue from a schooling standpoint.
They didn't know.
Let's just make sure it's tied to education.
Yes, please.
A little less TikTok and a little bit more spreadsheets and things like that.
Yes.
A little bit more.
So before we start with the ceremony, I know you guys saw that there's sunflowers. There was a purpose for the theme of the sunflowers. So we are giving each of you a sunflower, right? And the sunflower is really as a reminder. And as you can see, we have these one pages on each table. And it's the advice of a sunflower, right? So I'm gonna speak it a little differently because I'm not gonna tell you to be brave because you guys are brave, right? You guys did your presentations today, so you are brave. You are sunny and positive. You do spread seeds of happiness, right? You've been doing this for the last 10 weeks and pretty much your whole life, right? You guys are walking, breathing happiness. You do rise, you do shine, and you do hold your head high. So what we want to do is give you each a sunflower to remind you to hold your head high. Do not forget who you are. Do not forget each one of you in your individuality. This is why we wanted you to present your vision boards, because not only was the whole part of the serious part of, yes, this is where you're going to go to school, but who are each one of you? We wanted everyone to see that, right? Who are each one of you individually? Do not forget that. So we're all going to give you your certificate. And it's Chris.
Oh, okay, great.
I'll say it, but I practice the names, the last names, because Nicole Hepburn is our third. So, along with your certificate, it's your volunteer application, because we're going to make sure that you meet with Lisa in the back. And this is your sunflower. Okay. You should be in the picture, Brianna. I don't want you not to be.
I could take
No, because you have to be. There you go. You have your iPad little message there. Good. All right. Congratulations. Oh, that's your application. Okay. Next is, oh man, Whew. Joanne Anwamebu. Hispanic. I do not say no Spanish last name in English. We've got Kaylee Gonzalez.
My other baby.
Diami Guama. Here you go. Here's your sunflower.
I'm so dysfunctional.
Juliana Garfield. Melanie Clements.
That money, Melanie. She's gonna be a lawyer, I can see it.
She is.
Thank you.
Alexandra
Yes, ma'am. Let's go, baby girl. Ooh, a tall one. Yes, ma'am.
Sydney Ramzaru. Nairi Balgrove. And last but not least, Skyla Hunt.
And I kicked it back.
Round of applause. We have food left. So while we take group pictures with the young ladies, making sure we're getting a nice little group picture. There goes my earring. We do have empanadas. We have cheese. We have chicken. We have beef. Thank you so much. We have salad for those that don't want empanadas, and it's just meant to go. It's
Those are
I
heavy.
know, I know.
Cost a lot of money.
But we have salad, we have cupcakes, we have a lot of good treats here. We got it from, so Valley Stream is very passionate about supporting our local businesses. We have a small business initiative that we have been doing for a couple of years. So everything we order, everything we cater is from small businesses. So this is from a small business in Franklin Square. It's called L.I. Valle Grill. They're a Dominican restaurant that originated from the Bronx. So they opened a restaurant in Franklin Square. It's L.I. Valle Grill. So it's like Long Island Valle Grill, but it's L.I. Okay, so their food is really amazing. They literally never disappoint me every single time. So we got mini empanadas and we have mozzarella sticks. The cupcakes are not from Valle Grill, they're from BJ's. But you guys can absolutely enjoy some food. And then we're gonna take a good picture with you guys, okay? All right, so come over.
So